Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
We about to give him something new, Mike. Yeah. 3X. Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he gon' keep it a bean and say what he want. He was the first one doing his hair, they all stealing. We only gon' give you the truth like Ron Killings. Yeah, guard feelings cause they might get hurt. Got a hold on this game, H fighting Kurt. 16 years strong, even doing this thing well. While these other dudes losing their edge like Gangrel. Look, find a seat while I ride the beat. When it come to podcast, he's the tribal chief. I'm talking Major, the Genesis, Sagan. Anything we still wondering about, that's why we got Michaela. As long as he here, you other dudes might shine. The only brother that can outdo the pipe bomb icon. Do it for the people like The Rock. Welcome to the show, introducing Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. Let's go.
Woo! Wrestling world. We have a lot to talk about today. So, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's Black History Month. And my man LT Capone made this motherfucking song for me, especially. I'm gonna run that shit back. I mean, if Jay Uso can do it and he's Samoan, it's Black History Month, so I know I can run it back. We'll be right back, y'all, with the Mike Knoxxx Show. Let's go!
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
We about to give him something new, Mike. Yeah. 3X. Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he gon' keep it a bean and say what he want. He was the first one doing his hair, they all stealing. We only gon' give you the truth like Ron Killings. Yeah, guard feelings cause they might get hurt. Got a hold on this game, H fighting Kurt. 16 years strong, even doing this thing well. While these other dudes losing their edge like Gangrel. Look, find a seat while I ride the beat. When it come to podcast, he's the tribal chief. I'm talking Major, the Genesis, Sagan. Anything we still wondering about, that's why we got Michaela. As long as he here, you other dudes might shine. The only brother that can outdo the pipe bomb icon. Do it for the people like The Rock. Welcome to the show, introducing Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. Let's go.
I thought that was fire enough to run it back, yo. So let's welcome to the Mike Knoxxx Show, y'all. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx, and indeed I spell my name. You already know by now, right? With 3 X's. Because, like, you racist motherfuckers that won't admit it, I'm hardcore like Bad Bunny's performance last night at the Super Bowl. Yeah, I said it. So today, I'm not going to keep it political with you, but I might get a little real with you. But the question is, can you handle it? Can you come into where barbershop talk meets radio? Can you talk to the show the pros listen to? Can you talk with the most electrifying man in all of wrestling podcasts? Can you talk to the show produced by Mike Knoxxx, starring Mike Knoxxx, hosted by Mike Knoxxx? Oh, I said produced? Well, that's produced by 2 people. Also, 301 King Von Jr. holding me down backstage, as always, for a decade going strong. Y'all can't even do 10 shows in a row, but this man's held me down for 10 years. Okay? That's my guy. But listen, a lot to talk about today, y'all. Like, all seriousness aside, wrestling has had a hell of a week of things to talk about and get into. One and foremost, we have our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has decided to pick CM Punk. But here's the sad thing about that, y'all. I don't know if y'all belong to, like, the WWE shit where they send you emails and shit. You know what I'm saying? They said, follow the OTC on the road to WrestleMania. And the some bitch ain't gonna be back on TV till the 3rd of next month. At least according to the tickets. All right. It literally says to me in the tickets, I'm gonna bring up. I thought this was funny, Vaughn. Like, Punk drops a promo last week about how, you know, he's a part-timer, which I don't care. Y'all know I don't care about that. But it says Monday in Indianapolis, March 2nd. Then March 16th in San Antonio. Then a week later on the 23rd in Boston. A week later in New York because it's Madison Square Garden. Of course, it goes to Madison Square Garden. And then on 13th, the Raw Before Mania in Sacramento, California. Those are your next 5 dates for your tribal chief. He will not be on TV until March the 2nd, allegedly, according to their schedule for him to show up next on the program. I'm saddened by that, Vaughn. Like, I think that's just some crazy booking. But hey, either way, I still want to go to Mania. Either way, I'm still hyped for Mania. Either way, my dumb ass is talking about wrestling today. But we it's a lot of things actually that's touched Mike Knoxxx in a special way, right? I don't mean that in any disrespectful way. I'm not like Vaughn laughing backstage, but I'm serious, y'all. So honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind this week as we get into the weekend wrestling with Mike Knoxxx. Please like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell notification when I go live. You want to, hear my voice. If my voice isn't golden pipes, like Luther Vandross or something like that, I know I'm sexier than your man. So at least just click in because I'm a beautiful motherfucker. So just check in for that. Okay. If you don't think I'm beautiful, that's okay. You don't like it? Listen anyway. I'm the $1 million host. My audience is a $1 million audience. Together we tag in and out like the mega powers to form the $1 million connection. So please tell a friend to tell a friend we are live right now. Over the past week in professional wrestling, this man right here, one Mr. Ricochet, had a lot of things to say that I felt was important enough to bring to the program. Same thing happened to Balor and Shinsuke, Apollo, and more others. WWE kills legacies and the love of the sport. It's what they do best. Wow. He also responded. These are all replies to fans. Okay. I do feel this way, as many others do as well. The company kills the love. You end up being a shell of who you were going through the motions. They haven't for a while. Even when I was the Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion, it meant nothing. Y'all so unreal. Tell me when I'm telling lies, right? They took my love of pro wrestling away. I never forget how I felt walking into work every week, and the platform was only to make others look good at my expense. I was being told to, and I am told to them, I'd rather quit. I told them rather, I'd rather quit than go back to the indies and make whatever it makes there to come out the next week. Now, when I bring that up, right, I say that to you because to me, that's a big deal. I'm not sure about you guys, but when someone says, if you're feeling lucky, punk, then jump, as they say, Vaughn, right? I've been doing this for about 16 years. Okay. King Vaughn Jr. 301 King Vaughn Jr. on the Twitter said to me, he's been with me for a while, shall I say, right? And I go through this feeling of, first of all, as I'm looking up to the sky, y'all, it's a big ass fucking spider in my corner of my house right now. And I mean, this motherfucker like this big, y'all. He gonna have to sit there until the show is over because I'm not getting up right now, right? It's gonna scare my daughter, but he's here to get rid of all them other little annoying Atlanta bugs that I live in. But I used to always argue the place to be is the WWE. I mean, shit. Jacob 5-2 came out a couple weeks ago, right? To me, with you don't like it anyway. This is my opinion. You can have yours. I went from EBT to WWE. Okay. To me, that was like, damn. That was the I made it fucking promo. But I always say the end game is the WWE. And I still believe that it is. However, those like a Prince Puma, also known as Ricochet, who had an indie career. We're not talking about the Tiffany Strattons. We're not talking about the Trick Williams, the Mellows of the world, the ones that were cultivated in WWE's training facility, better known as the Performance Center. We're not talking about those guys. We're talking about those who were indie superstars. And if anybody want to comment below and let me know and begin to say and put the words in your lips to say that at all Ricochet, Prince Puma, was not an indie darling. Well, my face already bigged up right here. But I'm going to say it again anyway. Look at my face. You a lying piece of shit. Because The Rock actually came out and said that Prince Puma was the most entertaining wrestler he had ever seen. Prince DeVitt, better known as Prince Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan, insert any wrestler that had already made it on the indie scene. Is that for everybody? You think, hey, I made it to the show, right? A minor leaguer makes it to the big leagues of Major League Baseball, right? The G League, they finally make it to the NBA. You think you made it, but have you really made it? You're a star in China, okay, like Jimmer Fredette. Or you could be a forgotten American white basketball player in America. Which one you picking? 6'7", 6'7". Which one are you choosing? Can we be mad at him? I saw comments saying, oh, he's full of shit. Oh, he's a piece of shit. Oh, he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. And I ask you, have your punk ass made over $300,000, $500,000 a year? If you haven't, shut the fuck up and have a coconut smile while you're at it. Okay? He has every right to feel this way because we're not living his life. We're wrestling fans who see him, admire him, and anybody can say and tell me, oh, his big ass head, don't nobody like no Ricochet. I'm not trying to hear that. When Ricochet was getting his come-uppings, we wanted to see him prosper. The fact that he did not prosper, it's not a Ricochet issue. I don't want to hear, oh, and you saw this everywhere too for King Von. He's not world champion material. How do we know what world champion material is? No offense, I'm a heterosexual man who loves women. I've seen uglier men than Ricochet. He has a body type that other men don't have. He's a little short. But as far as appearances are concerned, you can call him to go to Good Morning America if need be. You can have him be on First Take. He can go to the Today Show. So I'm not trying to hear he doesn't look or he can never be a world champion because it's predetermined, people. They determine who's going to be great and who's not going to be great. If they chose to make Ricochet a big deal, they could have did that. They chose not to for their own reasons. I'm not here to debate whether he is or he cannot be a superstar. I'm here to tell you, factually speaking, he has every right to say the things that he is saying. I go to work every day. Today at work, guys, and I work from home. I have the luxury of working remotely. I had a fucking terrible day at work. Terrible. I have every right to feel that way no matter how great they pay me. That doesn't change the fact of the matter is money sometimes that is not always and not for everyone outweighs happiness. There's a reason why the good book says money is the root to all evil. There's a reason why Oiling Down said more money, more problems. Because I'm quite sure Diddy was always a freak, but we don't know he was doing freak offs like that because he couldn't afford them. So the money brought more problems. Ricochet has every right to feel how he feels and tell you how he thinks about the WWE killing his passion for it. I work for a company called Unpopular Review. I love the people that I worked with. I actually love going to that company. There was a certain people there that I worked with that made me hate coming to work. That's the fact of the matter. Those same people not just pushed me out of the door, but pushed out others out of the door. And that has something to do with Unpopular Review. And I'm going to say this thing I say when I said it when I was dead. I'm going to say it when I'm saying it when I'm here on my own network. The thoughts and opinions of Mike Knoxxx belong to Mike Knoxxx and Mike Knoxxx only. But if a man feels like he was not treated right, if the man feels like his love was taken from professional wrestling, we should respect that. Okay? I don't think Ricochet is ready for my opinion. I personally don't think Ricochet cares about your opinion, King Griffey 1424. I don't. What's going on, Mad Dog Kelly? Appreciate you joining the program, my brother. I don't think he gives a shit, frankly, to be told. Also, before I get into the meat and potatoes of this show, here's something, honestly, that has bothered me for about a year since it started. And we're in Black History Month. So right now, I want to give a shout out to every Black performer that's not in my top list. I want to give a shout out to every black wrestler that did let me see some kind of representation on TV. But I'm older than a lot of you guys. My black representation was the Junkyard Dog. I wasn't a Junkyard Dog fan because the man looked like he was a runaway slave. Okay? My black representation was Bad News Brown and the Natural Butch Reed. That's my demographic. Slick. I love the Natural Butch Reed. I love Bad News Brown. But every time you saw them, they were ghetto. There's a basketball player by the name of Jason Williams. He was so fucking good. Black folks gave him the nickname White Chocolate. If you do your research, because I do mine, I'm not a citizen reporter, I'm a real reporter. I have a real education for talking this shit because I do this shit. His mother hates that name. You know why his mother hates that name? Because he's a Caucasian American. To call that man White Chocolate, honestly, for what it's worth, it's disrespectful. Oh, wait, I'm painting a picture because there's pretext and there's post-text. Please, I hope what you get what's in the middle here. Last night at the Super Bowl, we've had the most controversial conversation that has plagued social media all fucking day. To the point where brothers, Pauls, who are from Puerto Rico, one says it's disrespectful, the other one says, what the fuck you talking about in Logan Paul? You have black folks that have the audacity, the humiliating gall to say, I don't know the fuck you talking about. This was boring. This was bullshit. This was not for me. I'm sorry. Kendrick Lamar performed last year at the Super Bowl, and I guarantee you half of you motherfuckers that know the fuck he was talking about either, because ain't none of you been through that struggle. So I paint those pictures to say this about Cody Rhodes. And I talked to my man. He said, you really gonna talk about this? Yeah, I am. Because it's disrespectful to certain black folks like myself to call him Raheem. You're saying that he's so cool, because I made sure. Let me go back a little bit, Vaughn. Because I know where I thought it came from, but there's this beautiful thing that all y'all use, so don't lie and say you don't use it, because there's a lot of these fucking pictures going around about my daily character riches, so that we all know that everybody uses ChatGPT. So why don't you use it for what it's actually good for? It's like Google, it's like YouTube, it's like the internet in general. Instead of you fucking it up, why don't you use it to make yourself smarter? I said, hey, when did all this Cody Raheem Rhodes nonsense begin? And it came from a meme, because they were saying that Cody Rhodes was the best black representation that WWE had. First of all, that just shows you how WWE doesn't give a fuck about black wrestlers. Okay? That memes were created because Cody fucking Rhodes, to wrestling fans, black wrestling fans, was more important than having a black man get over. My man King Vaughn backstage, I swear to my mother in heaven, I love him. Every time I saw him post that, he will tell you when he does, if he tells you, if he remembers his segment today, I've always said boo to that. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. Not only is it disrespectful to Mama Rhodes, not only is it disrespectful to one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Dusty Rhodes, because both his parents are completely Caucasian or whatever descent they come from, which if I got it wrong, and they're not white Americans, either way, they're not black. I don't care about how soulful Dusty Rhodes was. I don't care the fact how cool Cody Rhodes is and has a black wife. I don't give a fuck. What's that? IDAGF, if I said it right? IDGF. I don't give a fuck. If the Usos say Raheem, the Usos aren't black. If one motherfucker tells me again that they Samoans, who I love, I put the ones up for my tribal chief, they're not black. No. They're from Hawaii, That's their nationality. The island of Samoa. Samoa is closer to Asia than it is to Africa. And yes, I know that there were blacks in Asia. I don't care. My point is, I don't care how much you love the culture. That's cool. I respect that. Hell, the Jabberwockies dance better than half the niggas I know anyway. Okay? Y'all see the Olympics? They breakdancing over there better than they did in America years ago. That's the culture. I get it. We're the most sought after culture in the world. Bad Bunny couldn't have performed last night without having the culture of blackness put into his music. That's a fact. These are not my opinions. But you want to sit here and tell me that that performance wasn't good? Guess what, y'all? I didn't want to see the performance. I didn't give a shit about the performance. I told my wife, I don't understand what the fuck he is saying about the performance, but I got eyes. I have eyes. I can see. As a broadcast journalism major, that means my minor, that means I know symbolism. I didn't have to understand what he was saying to get the message. Oh, shit. It was never a better moment at that moment, Vaughn, when I said that than this.
Message.
To get the message. So don't sit here and tell me that was shit last night, because it wasn't. What's shit? It's the fact that black people have the disrespect to call this man Cody Raheem Rhodes. No, that's the last time you hear me say that shit. I love Cody Rhodes. I've been a fan of Cody Rhodes from the day Cody Rhodes started in professional wrestling. Well, that's a lie. Day 2. I told you Coach P was a fan first. I came on after the fact. Okay, I always got to tell my truth, Vaughn. Right? I always got to tell my truth. To call him Raheem, y'all. And I get it. You're going to say, oh, Mike's tripping. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Now, if it's a joke, then you're the same black people that let your white friends, and I got plenty of white friends, say nigga. None of my white friends will ever say nigga around me. Right? Never. For several reasons. One, it's disrespectful. Two, if you let your white friends say nigga and you go, well, ain't nothing wrong, it's just a word, then you a fucking dummy as much as they are. Okay? Because even if it doesn't offend you, which is fair, if it doesn't offend you, again, which is fair, it definitely offends your grandmother, your grandfather, or any other ancestor that came and was born before 1955, 1965, and I was born in 1975. It's offensive. It's offensive to my wife, who was born in 1982. It's offensive to my kids, who was born in 2003, 1998, 2017, 2018. It's offensive to say the fucking word nigga to a black person. I love Cody Rhodes. I don't give a good dog damn, as my man Dice would say, about anything else. This isn't about Cody Rhodes. It's about us as a people having some goddamn pride. We got Trick Williams. We got Oba Femi. We got so many superstars that we do not have to focus on calling a white man Raheem. Let's go to these comments and see what they got to say, because I don't know if I've been capping. Well, I definitely ain't capping. But let's see what they got to say. Nothing with Raheem, a.k.a. what? Nothing wrong. I guess is that what I'm trying to say? Nothing wrong with Raheem, a.k.a. White Chocolate. There is. There's completely something wrong with it. And White Chocolate, a.k.a., which I shouldn't say, when we still call him that, his mama says it's disrespectful. I get the fact that we say a motherfucker is so good that he got some black in him. I mean, I get it. I mean, once you go black, you can't go back, they say. I mean, I get it. There's a reason why the black man dates outside of his race so much, because unlike Caucasians, Italians, Irishmen, Indians, or Native Americans, or whatever word you want to come from, everybody don't want their ass, but everybody want to fuck a black man. Whether it's for the stereotypical, he got a big penis, or whatever the case may be, black men are the most sought after creatures on the planet. On the planet. It's disrespectful, my brothers. Again, I state the facts of this matter is, if it's not to you, that's okay. It is to somebody, I promise you, that you know. Okay? What's up, Mike Knoxxx? How's the Knoxxx going? The Super Bowl show was 100% fire. I didn't understand his music because I don't speak any Spanish, but definitely should speak Spanish, the Bad Bunny show was off the hook, entertaining 100%. I agree with you. Can you talk about how he is trying to get Samoan tattoos with Jay? That's completely wrong too. Vaughn, we were in Philly together at WrestleMania. I got my Eula Fala. You remember how at a point I said, y'all, I wonder if I'm being disrespectful? I said, am I being disrespectful to their culture? Because I'm not Samoan, right? The Eula Fala is something that's gifted to you from a tribal chief in their native country. So me wearing that was slightly disrespectful to the point where y'all notice I only wear it in honor of them, not for me. And I still say, my kids, they gifted it to me. No, it's wrong. It's 100% wrong. You said what? I thought that Raheem comment was pandering and that smacked African Americans. Listen, when I heard that shit on SmackDown, it's what brought me to this. I just didn't understand it, Willie. It's one thing when things are a community joke and they go too far. It's another thing when they're capitalizing on that. What's next? A Raheem fucking t-shirt? Guess what, black folks? I'm going to say this, and I know y'all heard this saying, I'm going to move on. If you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing, and you'll fall for anything. Wake the fuck up, please. More comments. As a person with frequents to Puerto Rico, his performance showed his culture off. Listen, I said this when I was watching it live about Bad Bunny's performance. Kendrick gave the blueprint. Because Kendrick last year showed white America, this is what's going on in the motherfucking hood. And Bad Bunny said, oh, okay. I'm not taking away from that performance at all. I'm just saying they seemed eerily similar. Did they not? King Vaughn chimes in, it's offensive to me and I was born in 1989. Okay? Because it is. Again, if it's not offensive to you, I get it. Unfortunately, I'm saddened by you not being offended, but I can't. I'm not you. I don't have to live in your skin or your body. What I want you to understand is that to the black wrestlers that work for that company, it's offensive. For the comment I go back to, for any Samoan, it's offensive if Cody Rhodes was to get some kind of tribal tattoos on his body. It's disrespectful. There's no way if ands around it or about it. It's disrespectful. And there's nothing anyone can tell me. Again, people, we live in a world where the president of the United States can illustrate that the greatest president, this is my opinion, of all time that I've in my lifetime, President Barack Obama, as apes and then say it's not racist, then you're a fucking dummy and a fucking jackass and a fucking racist. Because we, in the words of KME, who put it so eloquently, it's the laziest form of racism there could be. You've been calling us apes for years. As Kendrick Lamar said, guess what? I'm a motherfucking proud monkey. Now look at me. So I move on from that. Dusty Rhodes stole the soul gimmick from Black Man in Memphis, and he did. 100% he did. And that's still he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But he was the best black representation I had on TV as a kid. And you know what? Ain't none of my father, my uncles, my friends, no one said that Dusty Rhodes was black. We just said he had a little bit of soul because he could dance and move his fat ass body around. Okay? I move on. I digress. That's been a long ass fucking 30 minutes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit. Trying to keep this shit to 30 minutes is crazy. I don't know how I'm supposed to pull this off. I ain't even got there yet, right? So let me go to this last part real quickly, though, and that brings my attention to one Oba Femi. Obama, Ofemi, Obama, Ofemi. Listen, when I put on there, is it too much too fast? I'm not saying not to do it. I'm saying be careful. And I'm saying to WB, don't fuck this up. Y'all remember the moniker, the next big thing? He lived up to that. King James, LeBron James, he lived up to that. Did Mario Lopez live up to that? I mean, Felipe Lopez? Y'all remember him? St. John's University? The next Michael Jordan? How about did Harold Miner live up to that? I don't think so. So what I'm saying is that if you continue to have this man, first of all, if I'm the War Raiders, I'm saying fuck you, Triple H. I'm going to AEW. He beat the shit out of 2 War Raiders who have been dominating when they're in matches. They beat the New Day and whatever that fucking Viking Quest match bullshit victory that they had for what? For them a year later, year and a half later, to get dominated by one man? He goes to SmackDown and takes on Kip Wilson, who you're trying to pull over, who will never be over, no matter what wrestling fans want to be. Pretty Deadly was great for NXT. You know why? Because NXT is the indies. NXT is AEW. That's who you compare. You compare AEW to NXT. Don't compare AEW to WWE, because WWE has a different set of standards that's allowed on their program that don't fly. You cannot bring that bingo hall, indie, local wrestling stuff to the main roster and think that the majority, not some, not a few, the majority is going to love and put over. I love Kip Wilson. But to say that he's going to be a next make car anything, come on, fans. You're stupid. And I say that with respect. So Oba killing him, I got it. Oba killing the Viking Raiders, I didn't quite get that one. And y'all already know, right? When it comes to Oba Femi, what I want to see for him, because Issa Rae told you already. Already told you how I feel.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
It's really that simple, okay? DC the Collector Sign. Is Oba the new, what did I say? Tony Atlas gimmick, okay. Not sure how I feel about the name or the character. And the character. Me neither. MJF and Darby would drown in WWE with their gimmick. See, I think Darby would be the next Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy also had a little sex appeal to women, so a little different. MJF, without the cursing, could he really get over? I would think he could. I would hope so, but I do not know about that one. I love Oba. I want to see nothing but success come to Oba. Y'all should all know that and how I feel about him. But just be careful, WWE, about how you book this guy, and do not, I repeat, do not fuck it up. Okay? That's the thing. Do not fuck it up. But guys, I'm going to take a break, go bring you to this week in wrestling, and then talk about the main event at WrestleMania, y'all. Y'all get ready for my man King Vaughn with This Week in Wrestling. We shall be right the fuck back.
Yo, 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 it's prime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson,
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show,
That's 3 X's because he's hardcore.
present This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn.
What's up, everybody? This is King Vaughn Jr. of the Victorious Ones podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio, here to give you the week in wrestling history. On February 10th, 1993, in Germany, in Dortmund, Germany, Bret Damien Hart defeated Ric Flair by submission, of course, with sharpshooters to retain the WWF Championship. This will be Flair's last match with the company until his Royal Rumble return in 2002. On that same day in 2003, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig died at the age of 44 in Brandon, Florida. He was still the FOW heavyweight champion when he died, and Hennig was considered the last champion before Future of Wrestling folded later that year. He, like I say, was only 44 on a 45 the next month. February 11th, 1984, Tito Santana became the WWF Intercontinental Champion in Boston with the win over Don Morocco. On that same day in 2015, NXT presented TakeOver rival from Full Sail University in Florida. In the main event, Kevin Owens defeated Sami Zayn to end his brief NXT Championship run. In the semi-main event, saw a historically significant moment that brought together the 4 horsewomen of NXT in a fatal 4-way match. Sasha Banks won the match against Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Bayley to win the NXT Women's Championship. Black history moment right there. 2017, Chavo Guerrero Sr. passed away after battle with cancer at the age of 68. February 12th, 1985, Jimmy Hart made his WWF debut at a TV taping where he acted as manager for Greg the Hammer Valentine and separately Jim the Anvil Neidhart, of course, to plant the seeds for the Hart Foundation. February 13th, 1997, Shawn Michaels gave up the WWF Championship. As he, we all know, Mike, he lost his smile. And of course, and of course that dodged the bullet from from defending against Brett, and we know that's how Brett versus Austin came up. And of course, that same day in 2006, John Cena retained the WWE Championship against Edge with Mick Foley as special guest referee on Raw from Greensboro, North Carolina. On that same day in 2017, Bayley defeated Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's title in the main event of Raw from Paradise, Nevada. On Valentine's Day, 1999, St. Valentine's Day Massacre took place. Stone Cold defeated Vince McMahon in a steel cage match with the debut of the Big Show, and Austin become the number one contender to defeat The Rock at WrestleMania 15. And of course, on the same day in 2011, The Rock appeared as a surprise guest on Monday Night Raw to announce that he would serve as the guest host of WrestleMania 29. I'm actually, WrestleMania 27. Excuse me. Birthdays: February 9th, Medusa. Of course, Medusa turned 63. 63, and of course, February 10th, Ming or Haku turned 67. February 10th, gentleman Chris Adams will turn 71. Of course, February 11th, the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, turned 62. February 12th, one man gang / Akeem turned 66, and that's a week in wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, 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 it's prime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson,
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO.
can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show,
That's 3 X's because he's hardcore.
present This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn.
Thank you, King Vaughn, as always, for dropping the motherfucking jewels right on the wrestling world with This Week in Wrestling History. I appreciate that. But fuck you, Ken Shamrock. I've interviewed you twice. I said it. Okay, you mega motherfucker. Okay, listen, let's go ahead and check this out. Yeah, that was fire, right? Definitely King Vaughn did his thing this week. But I want to talk about this main event here. I talked about it a little bit on my TikTok page going live, but it was me doing something different on TikTok. I thought I would have recordings of it, and it didn't record, so it didn't stick. So I'm going to bring this here now. We got the main event at WrestleMania already set with our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, choosing CM Punk. And at the end of the promo, you hear Michael Cole say, "Now that was a pipe bomb." That single moment, this is why I always say in wrestling fans, you can hate Vincent Kennedy McMahon all you want to, but he said some things I will always echo and agree with when it comes to professional wrestling and professional wrestling fans, most importantly. And that was he saying that I will tell you what to like, I will tell you what not to like, right? Because in any given moment, they can have you cheer or boo for somebody. Now, if you've been a part of the Mike Knoxxx Show for 16 years, I appreciate you. I have a lot of listeners out there. I appreciate you. For those who haven't heard Mike Knoxxx, it's okay. Hashtag Google me. But I had to choose a side. WrestleMania 28, I'm in Miami and Florida, and I'm a huge Rock fan. Y'all know how I feel about Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady to go, Hill, 2 bucks a quarter, 2 pipe bomb 2.0, Cena. However, I cheered for John Cena based upon the story that was being told. Now, the intelligent wrestling fan that I am knows they're in Miami. The Rock hasn't been there in a while. The Rock's going to win. But at sometimes you want to suspend your disbelief. That's what every wrestling fan. Suspend your disbelief when you're watching wrestling because it is predetermined, right? I thought off the storyline, John Cena should have won. He didn't. We move on. Okay. In this, I have to pick between my tribal chief and presumably the best in the world. Apparently the best in the world, that is. I am a CM Punk mark, super mark. Yeah, when he left, I hated it. I called him Phil. He ain't from Chicago. Motherfuckers from Rosemont, Rosemont, Illinois, which isn't in Chicago. For those who are listening to the program, it's like being from PG County and saying you're from fucking Baltimore or DC, right? It's like being from Chester, PA, saying you're from Philadelphia, right? It's not the same. I get it, but it's not the same. I live in Apopka, Georgia. But if you ask me, because you know what the fuck Apopka is, I'm going to say I live in Atlanta, Georgia, because it's the closest, well, actually, even the closest city to me. It's 30 minutes away, right? But it's what you will know. I will be in Mania saying CM Punk, Tribal Chief. Although, based upon the story they're telling, Roman Reigns fried him, cooked him, sauteed his ass, any way you can name it. The best in the world got fucking cooked. He brought out storyline from your punk ass friend, Colt Cabana's weak ass podcast, who your punk ass even fucking friends with no more punk. And I mean that punk and punk, pun intended. right? Held that for 10 years. You said, I brought you in this business. No, CM Punk, who you brought in the business, you didn't want Roman. You wanted that man who in WrestleMania New Orleans, I have a picture of outside drunk on the curb. You know what I'm talking about, Vaughn?
Yeah, that's right.
What's his name?
So Chris Hero?
Chris Hero. Okay, you wanted Chris Hero to be in that Alpha Lima and all that shit. Nah, brother. Nah. You did play him. You did play the tribal chief. Hey, when people say, oh, he's a part-timer, I just made fun of him now. You're not going to see Roman Reigns tonight. You won't see his ass again until March 2nd. At least that's what's being advertised for when you want to buy tickets to see Roman again. So he is a part-timer. I don't give a fuck about part-timers. I really don't. As long as the story makes sense is all I care about. But when all this came down, oh my God, I'm on Roman Reigns' side. I just want that to be said. Down with the king. Thank you, Vaughn. 4-1 for King Vaughn. OTC all the way. Mr. Two Turf. Dragon Ball Z 215. I see you. Hey, I'm with my tribal chief as well. WB is listening to of the fans. We call him Fragile Phil. They did call it Fragile Phil. It's starting at AEW with the wrestlers Drew used to use him on SmackDown. And I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to say this. As dope as this was, and I think it was dope from our tribal chief, I say if I'm going to make a wrestler, I'm starting with Drew McIntyre. He fucking killed Punk and Roman on SmackDown. His promo on SmackDown was amazing. And here's why. People, the real title in WWE is the one that Drew McIntyre has. Why? Because it's called the WWE Championship, not the World Championship. Big Goldie 2.0 was formed to give people a chance because Roman was dominating the sport. Point blank and simple. Have 2 shows, give us 2 champions. But the true champion, like the true champion of the WWE Women's Division, is the belt that Jay Black Girl Magic Cargill has. Okay, it is not Stephanie Valkyria's title. Okay, let's stop being stupid wrestling fans and be intelligent wrestling fans. When I say that, I say to say, you know what the fuck is right and you know what the fuck is wrong. Stop trying to make your own storylines because it doesn't fit into your narrative, into your box. It's a square hole. Stop trying to fit a box in there. Okay? That's just all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna get up out of here. I felt like Drew's gonna screw Roman at WrestleMania. That'd be crazy if that happens. I don't see that happen at all. Good. I like that. I don't want to say that happen if it happens. For sure. Repping for you, Team OTC since 2015. Yeah, I said it. I said it too. You know, don't yell at me. Okay. I say true to my tribal chief. You either true with it or you ain't real with it. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. I feel like Drew's gonna screw Roman. I read that one already. Okay. All right. So guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I've been here 15 minutes longer than I had to, but I had a couple rants. One about the Bad Bunny, not really Bad Bunny, but the Cody Raheem Rhodes thing kind of really it struck a nerve with me. I ain't gonna lie. It really, really did this week. And I also struck a nerve about how wrestling fans pick and choose when they want to tell a wrestling fan what they can like and what they cannot like. Okay, you're not in the business. I don't mean like me in the business because I get to speak to people here and there. Oh, I got a little interview. Oh, I got a little interview. I got a little picture. No, I'm not a fucking professional wrestler. I didn't work for the fucking WWE. So I can't tell you how Ricochet feels. He's entitled to feel the way that he feels. But look, do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me and don't love God. That's crazy. Or think for any reason at all that Mike was ever voted for anybody other than
Who are you rooting for tonight? I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
You think you better than me? That is some...
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
I will always love... If you think you're better than Mike Knoxxx, we can have a promo battle.
Just bring it, bitch!
And please, no matter what you do, please understand.
Message!
And please understand that at the end of the day, we still don't fuck with you in life or in death.
A crowd on their feet on a man.
out of here, y'all. See you next week. Fingers.
Bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast.